Yeah, I mean, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, people started telling me that I had an issue with drinking.
Mm.
And even though I was blacking out every time I did, I was like, no, I'm good. I got this under control. I don't have an issue. I can drink and not do stupid stuff, which was not true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I started drinking really young, so
So you just realized, like we were talking in the truck over here, that from a young age. So from the age of the story that you told me. So you were how old? You were 4, 6 years old doing what?
yeah, I
Drink.
was between 4 and 7. My parents would have huge parties at the house, and then the day after, while everyone's still hungover, still sleeping, I would sneak out of my room and I'd hide underneath the table and just drink whatever was left over.
Mm.
One time I did it, and there was ash in it from a cigarette. That didn't stop me. I still did it afterwards.
Like an old, yeah, or some like some chewing tobacco or
Yeah,
something.
yep, not
It's
good,
just the
not
ash.
pleasant, but still did it.
Wow, so 4 or 6 years old. So you come from a big family.
Yeah, yeah, I have a ton of sisters, stepsisters, brothers. There's like 12 of us in total.
So did everyone ever live under one roof, like a whole bunch at one time?
No, my mom, there's like three different dads with my direct siblings,
Okay.
so we all kind of spaced out all the time. And then we were constantly moving.
Yeah.
And my parents split up when I was 7, so from 7 on, it was just kind of all over the place.
So what do you think, like at such a young age, like why would, and you knew it was bad if you're hiding under the table.
Yeah.
So, but what do you think on now looking at where you're at your age right now of why a 4 year old or a 7 year old would be doing that? Or why do you think you were doing that?
I think because I saw it for such a long time that
Mm.
I was like, oh, this is what you do. This is like what grown-ups do. Because, when you're younger, you want to grow up as fast as you can. So I think I just saw monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
You see what's going on and you're going to pick it up,
Wow.
especially if it's so ingrained in your life.
So you were, I mean, it was around you,
Yeah,
right? You had a lot of drinking around you,
my entire life. Yep.
like
Drinking, drugs.
alcoholic, like.
Yeah.
So seeing that, then that, I mean, you just, did you have anyone in your family who was like living healthy?
No. No, I've had so many of my family members like pass from drinking, drugs, stuff like
Wow.
that from as early as I can remember.
Dang.
Everyone was doing something at all times.
Wow.
Mhm.
So, okay, so you started this young and you were, I mean, did you graduate school? High school?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually had to drop out of school in 11th grade and then I like did homeschooling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, okay, throughout your school years, I
Mhm.
mean, say when you even got into, let's go even go to elementary school.
Mhm.
Like when you started drinking, did you continue to do it as you were a kid, like sneaking
Oh,
drinks?
absolutely. Absolutely. My mom would always have like box wine in the fridge
Yeah.
and I would take glasses it back to my room. I would drink it there. I would take it outside with me. I'd climb up a tree and just drink in the tree.
Wow. By yourself, or would any friends ever end up?
A lot of times it was just me. Um, when I got older, like 6th grade, is when I started doing it with friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were doing that as a young kid. Like, how often does a young kid like you do or drinking?
Um, Pretty often. I mean, as many times as my parents were having parties, I
Yeah.
do it almost every time.
Wow.
And then if they weren't and it was just in the fridge whenever I felt like it.
Yeah. Okay. So then you started to get to the age of when you were 12.
Mm.
So what happened in middle? I guess yeah, middle school. Did anything progress? Did you get anything more than just drinking?
Yeah, I started smoking weed. My dad had a bunch of it at one point. He started selling it,
Yeah.
and I would just steal it from him and start smoking that with all my friends before school, during school sometimes,
Mm.
um, and then drinking. Really, I mean, drinking was like a big part of my life for a very long time.
So I mean, like, how were you in school? Were you the social one? How was that?
I played all the sports. I played soccer from kindergarten through 11th grade. I did
Hmm.
cheerleading at one point, track, indoor track. Um, I was all over the place doing sports. I was also very like outgoing a lot of the times,
Mm.
even when all this stuff was going bad in my life. I was still just bubbly in school.
Really?
Yeah, but then I'd also miss a lot of it. I
Mm.
missed 138 days of school one year.
Why?
Um, One, didn't feel like going because I was depressed because of everything that was going on at home.
Mm.
Um, and then yeah, I just didn't care. No one pushed me to do anything.
Mm.
They saw that I didn't want to go and they didn't fight me on it.
I had the same thing. I didn't. No one pushed me to go to school.
Hmm.
Yeah, I missed so much school, and I just had, like you said, not having anyone to just like go.
Yeah.
You know, you can. Yeah. So so okay. So now, as you're getting into your high school years, at what point? Because I mean, you're doing all these sports though too.
Hmm.
So that's the point, which is kind of interesting because you're drinking and partying a lot, but you're also doing sports.
Yeah.
How did that work?
I mean, it was going good for a while, but after continuously drinking all the time, I started stopped progressing in the sport. So I like hit like a plateau,
Yeah.
and I was even getting told that I'd skip like weightlifting beforehand to like try to progress. Nope, wouldn't go.
Mm.
I'd go out to the side of the school and smoke or hit my vape, whatever I had at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it definitely affected all the sports that I did.
So what'd you want to be like when you were younger? Like, did you have any desires to do something with your life? Like, did you ever have this vision for your life?
Honestly, no, not really.
Mm.
I never knew what I wanted to do. I mean, I think from just being brought up so unstable
Mm.
in like such an unstable living situation, I never really knew what was next. So like I just had to focus on like right now, like
Mm.
what's going on right now. I couldn't think about a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Like it was always just like, okay, are we gonna have food? Or do I have to make sure that my mom's not passed out on the couch, like while my
Mm.
sisters are there? So it was always there wasn't any room for me to
Whoa, that was close.
yeah,
Yeah.
saying hi. But yeah, there was no room for me to really like plan anything.
Yeah. Wow. So now, I mean, I know some of the things that you were telling me is that you had a really strong work ethic.
Yeah. I mean, even when I was in college, I went to college briefly. I was working from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then I'd be going to classes. And then after, I left school, I was working two jobs, always working, honestly, just to pay for alcohol and to go out. Not really paying attention to bills or anything that was actually due,
Mm.
but always working, yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. So now we were talking about, and you're 23,
Yeah.
right? Originally, your whole life on the East Coast,
Mhm.
and so this is your first time even coming out to Southern California, right?
Yeah.
And so now you're staying out here.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, you fit. It fits well.
Thank you, because
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, like, how do you look at life now? Because you said this is the longest you've had sober since you were 16 years old.
Yeah.
And now that you have 60 days sober, right?
Hmm.
How are you observing life now?
It's really weird to like say because like first it was such a big part of my life, just drinking and doing stuff, and now that I've had some time to like really get a grasp of like what I want and like how I want to be perceived from
Mm.
someone, because like but when I was drinking, I didn't care. Um, but now I'm excited to do things. I'm excited to like meet new people, to go out and like be sober. Like I actually have fun being sober,
Mm.
which I never thought was possible. I'd always have to drink to have fun.
Mm. So you
So
never thought being sober was going to be like, that's boring.
yeah, I thought it was. I really thought being sober was gonna be boring. And now I am, and I'm like, no, I actually enjoy it, and I can actually remember the things I do.
Yeah. Fortunately, you were sober, when we're out diving way out there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That is a good thing because, oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah. So, okay, for instance, like the experience, like we all went out snorkeling,
Mhm.
like that type of thing. Like, what is something like you said, like having fun or like us diving? Like, what did that do for you?
Real joy. Like I was honestly extremely happy. That was my first time ever like free diving or anything like that. Um, I was genuinely happy. I was enjoying myself, even when my feet were cramping.
Mm.
It was just so nice to like be around like other people that like-minded people and just to, like let go and have fun.
Mm. So I have some other questions here that I want to ask you. Now, you were pretty familiar, or actually really like knowledgeable when it came to some of these things with addiction, which is great because like you don't have a background of being in recovery. You don't have, and so you really took a grasp on what you're learning in recovery,
Yeah.
which is very impressive. I was like, wow, he's talking like neural pathways and those, all these techniques and things like that. I think is super cool. So now, addiction trains the brain to reach for a substance anytime a difficult emotion comes up.
Mhm.
So, early in sobriety, what emotions have been the hardest for you to face without reaching for something?
Stress would be the biggest one,
Mm.
anxiety, because that was my go-to for a while. So yeah, when I get stressed out, my first instinct is like, oh, I want to go grab a drink.
What would you be stressed out about?
Outside, I focus too much on things that were outside of rehab, getting better. Like I was focusing on stuff back in New York. Maybe I'm not doing something completely right, so I just get in my head and I'd stress myself out.
Yeah. Like, what would you be like doing what right? Like, what would you be, what could you be doing wrong that you think?
Not going to enough meetings,
Mm.
not being like financially stable at the moment, which I guess is understandable, but
Totally.
yeah, just your mind just goes to things that you could have been doing
Mm.
instead of being here if you were already sober.
Yeah.
And that's I battle with that often.
With what?
I picture what I at 23 what I'd be doing right now if I had just gotten my ship together years
Mm.
ago, not picked up that drink underneath the table, not maybe I would have finished my degree.
Mm. Isn't that wild
Yeah.
to think about?
Very.
We are the product of our choices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are at where our life. We are at where we're at in life based on our best decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I don't like it.
But you got to think about it
Yeah.
though too. I mean, you are going to be years down the road
Mm-hmm.
sober, and you're going to find yourself in a place or an environment or in a mindset like that you would never have been if you didn't get sober.
Yeah.
And it could be better than the path that you would have took if you didn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
Like my life wouldn't have gone in this direction, and how incredible it's been because I'm known for being in recovery. I'm known, like, that's my brand.
Yeah.
You know, like I try to embody that, and that has taken me places. That's super inspiring to the general population.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows someone that's struggling with addiction. We're so close to them,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And if you embody it and embrace it, and that's part of your identity, your brand,
Yeah.
people are going to go to you when a friend or a loved one is struggling.
Yeah.
And like, who knows where that carries you? I mean, it's you made a great choice to go and change, and you continue to make great choices. Your life is just going to go in a direction that you're like, I'm actually, wow, I'm glad I did this, because who knows if I would have just continued college, where that could have gone somewhere maybe boring. You have a whole new outlook on life. Like, you're excited about life.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if you'd be so full of zest in life if you didn't come from shit.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, you have
No,
so much to be
absolutely.
grateful. I mean, like when you come from a life of drinking and depression or just anxiety, that just and then you get sober and healthy, man, you have such a big appreciation for life after that.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Yeah. So I think it's going to go into an incredible, because you're 23.
Mm-hmm.
I got sober at 24, about to be 36. You know, I mean, that's young. I mean, you see the people that are getting sober where you're around.
Yeah.
There's some people coming in, what, 40s, 50s, 60s.
I've seen 70s and 80s.
We had 80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine you're still trying at that age, not
Mm.
quitting, which, hey,
Yeah.
good for them, but you're young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was young when I got it. You're young where you got it. So you got that thing, like I was telling you about. You got that gift. I want to say everyone has it. Everyone's got something,
Yes, oh,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? But there's some special ones. So, all right. Now, what has surprised you the most about yourself in early sobriety, especially knowing that you're learning how to deal with your emotions and not numbing them?
Um, I'd have to say that like just like sitting with your emotions is actually good. It doesn't feel good all the time,
Yeah.
but at the end, when you're like working through it and you've like honed in skills that you learned during rehab and you're actually putting them to use to like not numb and like figure out why you're actually feeling this way, feels amazing.
Mm.
I didn't ever think I would be able to do that because I'm one to just shut down. But sitting with it and like figuring out, like I said, like what's going on, like why are you feeling this way right now,
Mm.
has been amazing.
Self-talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is awesome. You know, as you're saying that, just to like truly understand that and sit with like, hey, like let's sit in this.
Hmm.
It's okay. You
Yeah.
know, it's like life isn't going to be rainbows and sunshine all the time, and there's gonna be hard moments.
Mm.
You know, I really love that. It's so mindful, just to be like, I'm afraid right now. Like I don't know what's going to happen. Like none of us do, but
Mhm.
I don't know. But that's okay. Am I doing the best I can right now? Am I actually truly putting in the effort to ask questions, to that I'm moving in a positive direction? Like as long as you can authentically look at yourself and like, I'm doing good. You know,
Mm.
I'm way better than where I was.
Hmm.
You know, so I mean that's a really positive thing. I feel to observe yourself like that in your emotions and to truly sit in with it because it'll pass.
Yeah.
This too shall pass. I think it's a great
Yes.
quote. You know.
I just wrote that in my journal the other day.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does. You can be so afraid. And then what happens, you can build yourself up in life, like even in recovery, and have this incredible career or this thing or this relationship or whatever. And it just, shit's going to happen.
Mm.
It happens in recovery too, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
You're just like, ah. But you have so many repetitions of dealing with yourself, sitting in your emotions before the big things happen that it can come kind of organically.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
You know, my brother passed. He died from my dad hung himself my first year of sobriety,
Wow.
and then that was super tough. I had my brother and I were really close our whole life, man. And then my brother died from an overdose, a fentanyl overdose. And we were like, you know, successful guys. We're just super close. And he took one of those fake blue pills, you know, that were fentanyl,
Yep.
and just fell asleep in his truck. You know, and it was another thing. And I had so many repetitions of going through so much hard stuff in recovery that when my brother died, like that was, I mean, I still have to deal with it. It doesn't go away. It's a wild thing. But I got out of bed. I heard at night. I got out of bed and I lived on the beach down in Newport.
Mm.
This cool little shack. I loved it though. And I just went for a sand run, crying, falling, you know, but I just went to the ocean.
Mm.
Ocean's my place.
Yeah.
And I went in the ocean. I was like, Dustin, I have to let this go right here. I have to because I have things to do. I want to help people. I want to live this life. And if I let this destroy me, I don't want to do that.
Hmm.
Dad's gone. You're gone now. Like, I want to break the chain and I have to do something in my life. And things happen, man. But being able to sit in your emotions and knowing that using or drinking any of these things are just not an option. It can be hard though. You know, it could be super tough, but I think you get to a place where you accept it and you're just like, it's just not an option.
Yeah.
You know, I know where that goes.
Yeah. We've all seen it.
Yeah, we have enough experience.
Yeah.
You know, like we look back, like that didn't go good,
Nope. Nope.
right?
Nope. That's why we're here. That's why
Yeah,
went through the stuff we did.
yeah, man, totally. And like the call that you got, like from a guy, like look what's already happening. You
Hmm.
know, someone's struggling and people are already calling you for help.
Yeah.
Like that's super special.
I think I'll always try to be there for other people.
Yeah.
It's just I not only makes me feel good, but it makes me feel like it feels good to know that they always have someone. Like
Mm,
they can always turn to me no matter what's going on. Like call me in the middle of the night, that's fine.
mm,
I'll wake up, answer the call, and we'll figure it out.
yeah. That's nice to have because that's you have to feel really safe with someone to do that.
Mm.
You know, when you're in a really deep and dark place, it's hard picking up that phone.
Yeah.
You know, and then that person that you do want to pick up the phone for, you got to really have some type of trust with them in the past or something like
Hmm.
that. You feel safe. We all just want to feel safe.
Yeah.
You know,
Be comfortable.
be comfortable. Like, hey, this is hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big thing that I've always had. When I've gone through it, I'm like,
Yep.
this sucks, but I had someone to do that with, you know,
Hmm.
that I felt safe with. So, I got another question here. So, you grew up in a big family. How has your addiction and now your recovery impacted them? And how do you see those relationships evolving as you rewire these healthy habits? Has anything changed as you got sober with family?
Um, my family dynamic is kind of all over the place.
Mm,
So, with my parents both being addicts and alcoholics, like I said earlier, we were constantly moving around. I then came out as gay to my dad at 14,
mm,
and he didn't respond so well. I kind of got kicked out. Then had to move back in with my mom. So dad was on the back burner. Still kind of is to this day. It's hard to like move past it sometimes.
mm.
Um, then my mom, uh, she's had her ups and downs. Yeah, I'll leave it at that
Yeah.
instead of going into detail. But she's better now, and over the past, I want to say probably like a year, me and my mom have gotten pretty close.
Mm.
Not to where we were, but it has definitely helped our relationship, me getting sober, because she's also sober now. She's been sober for 2 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, she got sober after my sister's father OD'd.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old's your mom?
She is 45.
45.
Mhm.
And she got, well, that you have something to connect over right there.
Yeah.
How cool is that, though?
Yeah, she definitely pushed me to just go get help, to get away, actually. She's like, right now, there's nothing good for you here. Like, you have too many issues that are holding you down.
Mm,
Go away, get help, and then like be stronger for it.
mm,
If you want to come back, come back.
mm.
And I did.
Wow. So on that part of you coming out to your dad, is that hard?
Oh, absolutely. I remember I came out to a fight with him. I was at school. I was in Spanish class, and he was mad at me about something. And I was like, you know what? I'm gay. As like almost like a diss, which backfired ultimately. But
Mm.
um, yeah, it was not easy. Uh, I went from being like super popular and having a ton of friends to very few friends. Most of them were girls.
Why?
A lot of people didn't like the fact that I was gay. They were scared that I was gonna fall in love. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fall in love with them, try to do something, but I'm like, half you nasty.
Well, okay, so I mean, you had friends, other guy friends, whatever, and all of a sudden, then when you came out to them, they were like, everyone backed away. Or
Yeah,
that's how
quite a
good
few
about.
of them.
Wow, that's so interesting. I mean, how old, you're 14 though?
Yeah, I was 14.
It's a tough age.
Yeah.
Kid, teenagers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
that's tough for you. Did you always know that?
Yeah, I'd probably. I mean, there's pictures of me in little pink dresses when I was like 4, and
Uh,
my parents always tell me this story about where I'd roll myself up in a blanket and then come out and say I'm a pretty little butterfly. So people had to have known. I definitely did.
you knew
Oh,
when
absolutely.
you were like young.
Yeah.
Wow. I've had a few friends actually, people that I worked with, just known, come out to me for the first time in recovery. I was like, wow, that's super cool for you to tell me.
Yeah.
And it was a big thing. That was a thing that I'm like, dude, we know. It's very,
Hmm.
like I can tell.
Yeah.
But I sat down with coffee with this one guy, super cool. But I know, I can tell. I grew up in like Palm Springs area, so I
Hmm.
mean I've been around it my whole life. And he's like, Press, I gotta tell you something. I was like, what? It's like I'm gay. I'm like, oh, I've known this whole time hanging out, dude.
You're like, thank you, but
Yeah,
I already know.
yeah. And I'm like, that's probably one of the reasons that we're even hanging out because I have a decent amount of gay friends, and they're probably like I don't know why. Maybe I do know why. I talked about this to my girl the other day at dinner. just because the courage it takes, but there's something about a good amount of my friends that are gay or just in general, there's like this zest for life, or there's this authenticity, there's this, I, there's like, maybe you know, but I can't get my, I can't really articulate it well, but there's like this excitement with my friends that are gay.
Yeah, I think it comes from like trying to hide it for so long.
Mm,
Then once you're out and you're like, all right, like this is exactly who I am, you're not hiding anything anymore.
mm,
You don't need to like put up walls to act a certain way. I mean, I once I came out, I was like, I don't care what anyone else thinks about me
yeah,
because I like myself.
yeah,
So I think that's why, because we're just like, this is me. If you don't like it, then
yeah, whatever.
sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is because people that, that's who they like to be.
Hmm.
And then they get to finally be the version they've always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Like, how exciting is that?
Oh, I loved it. I went a little extreme. I started dressing like super tight jeans and
Are you
stuff
went
like
for
that. And I quickly grew out of it, but yeah,
Is
you figure it out as you go.
yeah, man, good for you. That's super cool. Yeah, I love that, man. All right, so I got some more here. Let me see. So, we're talking about this in the truck about rewiring your brain.
Hmm.
So, rewiring the brain takes repetition. Now, choosing a healthier response again and again. Now, what new habits or routines have helped you break old patterns the most?
I would have to say a big one for me is journaling.
Mm,
When I get mad or stressed or upset, even any emotion really, that I'm like, all right, like maybe we should not sit with it for too long.
mm,
I will journal it down. And I'll just, it doesn't even have to make sense to like
mm.
to anyone else, but as long as I'm like putting pen to paper and like writing something down, that has helped. And then another big thing is like, I've learned this from a few therapists that I see currently. You basically just think of countries from A to Z, and you just sit there and you'll try to name them like the best you can. For some reason, I can't think of one right now, but I do it often.
Yeah, I'd be like, I got like five. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, it helps. It brings how they explained it is like I said in the truck. It brings it from like the base of your brain to your prefrontal cortex, so it like switches the focus. So once you're doing it, like the repetition of just trying to figure out the countries, you're not even thinking about craving or like the feeling that you're feeling at the
yeah.
moment.
And have you used that practice at all? Like, has an urge came through at all for you at all yet?
Yeah, yeah, definitely when I'm getting stressed, it'll come out. One outing, we went bowling, and I got super overstimulated because there's kids yelling and a bunch of stuff going around. There's 20 of us trying to fit into one booth. Um, so I got really overstimulated. And one, I told someone that like, hey, this is how I'm feeling.
Hmm.
And then two, that's when we started playing the game. It was actually a client that had left, but we sat there and we started going back and forth, just naming countries. And eventually, like we were like, all right, we're good.
Wow.
We can do this. We can get through this and not have to disappear.
Yeah. So the other person was kind of in that mindset as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. We both talked about it, and it's just nice to like have someone that you can relate to on certain aspects. Like if you're overstimulated or anxious or something like that, like going to them and talking it through,
Yeah.
not feeling so alone.
Yeah. Yeah. So alone with it. Yeah, because we really do get I get this often. It's like a wave of emotions or fear, right? Or, that of the future. Start going too far out and
Mm-hmm.
you're not being present.
Future tripping.
Yeah, it's the worst, and I think I think I'm a big believer in manifestation. I
Mm-hmm.
think you're a product of your thoughts, and that if you hyper focus on certain things too long, you may manifest them. So you're like, hey, watch that, you know.
Yeah.
And I have a book. I'll share it with you. Actually, it's called Your Higher Self. It's beautiful, beautiful book. But it all goes into certain things of frequency and vibration.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk into a room, you can feel the energy of a person, right, or a collective, and to be conscious of your vibration and your
Mm-hmm.
frequency, your energy that you're bringing to whatever environment. And so, if you know how to kind of design yourself and your frequency and the vibration of you that you can bring into life. Now, if you can get that to a real, what makes you happy? What makes you vibrant? What makes you feel that type of way? And when you can kind of curate that, that's really attractive to so many things, like moth to a flame,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Certain, it'll attract people, places, environments, opportunities, things. And I think that is a really beautiful path to just start down for people.
Mm.
It's like understanding your energy. I got sober with my friend. She's a super cool hippie chick. She's like, yeah, the energy's off here. And I knew nothing about that. I was so energy.
Yeah, you're like, what are you talking about?
Yes, I had no idea. I just until I started going down that path and understanding that, and that you really can bring anything into your life if you can truly learn. I love that you know how to write, but just if people can learn how to write and sit there, and if you can't visualize, get crystal clear on, like, if you can visualize your life, it can be really hard at first. You're sitting there like, what do I look like? Where am I at? Where am I living?
Yeah.
What is my career? What, you know, if I can get crystal clear on where I want to go, of what I want this next season to look like, if I can't get crystal clear on the vision of it, well, I got it. That's a problem. Because then I'm just kind of winging it. But where am I pointing my energy? And I think, you know, we're drinking or drugging, we're just redirecting our energy to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
You know, if we can point it in a positive direction, then all of this magic starts to happen. And then you understand to sustain that, or something goes south, that I know how to readjust myself, you know, with the ocean, or journaling, or with friends, or with people, or with eating, or whatever it may be. But I think the whole thing of once we get sober, or just, you know, come on this journey, if anyone's sober or not sober, you're just on this awakening moment of, it's all learning this version of yourself. There's not this darkness, this old you. This whole new path is so introspective.
Yeah.
You know,
There's so many doors like you could go through.
There really is so many different doors. Have you noticed that as you start to get, like, take this path, that it's just so many doors to this?
Yeah, I mean, since starting the program 2 months ago, there's been so many different opportunities that I've never been able to have before. And I think it really does come from just like being me, like being myself, and putting in the work to actually like be better, to do better. Like I've seen a few people come in and they just are here because they're like, ah, got to get sober and whatever, but they're not actually doing a program. I think you have to want it for yourself if you actually like want to get better.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for the wrong reasons, it's not going to work.
No, you hear so many people, I'm doing it for my kids. I'm like,
Yes.
dude, that don't work.
No.
That ain't gonna do it.
No, I'm doing it for my job. Well, your job, you could get fired tomorrow.
Yeah, you really can.
So like,
Yeah.
you have to do it for yourself because at the end of the day, you really only have you. You can only count on yourself. So don't do it for the wrong reasons. Otherwise, you're going to be back here.
Yeah. Like today, like that conversation I told you about, this big shift, you know, I didn't expect that today.
Yeah.
I walked in and I'm like, wow, that just changed my life. It really, it changed my day to day, changed my perspective and my thinking. And I didn't expect that yesterday. You know, intuitively, I kind of felt something, but I did not expect that to go, because the person that told me the information did not even bring it up at all before. Nothing was just like, even the beginning of the meeting was not even like that. And all of a sudden, boom, I got hit. I'm like, okay, I've been here before.
Yeah, you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, all right. Well, now I just pivot, you know, and this is actually good. This pushes me towards more growth and more opportunities. And yeah, it's as long as you can, like, learn to master your emotions, it's just like managing yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Great tool.
It is managing yourself. Totally. All right, here we go. I got a couple more.
All
right. Now, what belief did you used to hold? Oh, wait. What belief did you used to hold about yourself that is starting to shift now that your mind, emotions, and behavior are changing?
That what I was doing was the best that I could do. Like when I was drinking, working. I was like, this is the best I can do. I can't do anything else.
Mm,
I'm at my limit. Like, this is all I have to offer. And since getting sober, that's just a bunch of BS because there's so many other things that I could be doing.
mm,
There's so much room to grow and like figure things out. Like, I just learned this recently, or I heard it during one of our meetings. Your purpose doesn't have, it's not like fixed. Like, it can change.
mm,
You could, I don't know, you could be one thing for 5 years, and then at the end of that 5 years, it could change.
mm.
So, like, just figure out what you want to do now and stick with it. And then if it changes, then that's okay.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, it can change, and that's not a bad thing.
Mm. Seasonal purpose.
Yes.
That is wild, huh? Being an unexpected. But how, I mean, how do you know that a purpose would change?
I think deep down you kind of know. Like we were just talking about like vibes and vibrations. Like if something no longer gives you joy, or you're like waking up in the morning and not wanting to do it, and it's normal to have those days sometimes, but if it's a constant thing, then I don't think that's your purpose at the moment.
Mm,
Because like why, what is your purpose, to be miserable?
mm.
I don't think so.
How would you go off and find another purpose if that one's no longer fulfilling you?
I personally would just be open to new ideas. If you have a closed mind, you're not going to go anywhere.
Mm,
You have to have an open mind to figure out new things. If you say you love skateboarding, you do it for a while, you get really good at it, then you're like, never mind, I want to pick up something new. You could go to something that's somewhat comfortable, like surfing. I don't think they're very comparable, but both on your feet.
yeah. I think it's pretty different.
Or you could try something completely new, like skydiving.
Yeah.
Just whatever you start to get that joyful feeling from, and like you're supposed to be doing it,
Mm,
I think that's how you know.
wow. That is very true. That was actually really good for me. Yeah. That is very, just being very open-minded. I mean, do you think that you could subconsciously go about doing those things, or like, like some people may have to intentionally, like consciously, okay, like do that, but I feel like sometimes you can just unconsciously, not subconsciously, unconsciously just operate like that.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, I almost had to like learn it.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to be okay with being open first,
Mm,
and then over time, you just becomes like what you do daily. Like you don't have to think about it as much, but you have to be you have to be okay with being open to new things.
yeah.
If you're scared to, then you won't be able to.
Yeah. Or if you let that fear hold you back,
Hmm.
you know. What was that thing? On the other side of fear is everything you ever wanted.
Yeah.
I love that. I've always had this thing with fear, or whatever it may be that I've done. I was like, I'm afraid of that, but
Hmm.
I got to go through that.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Everything on but there's like some type of excitement, you know? It's like, I may screw this up. This may be whatever. It may suck, but I'm going to try. Someone
Yeah.
told me to write a book. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I was like, wow. Okay, let me try this. And once I just did some praying, and all of a sudden, this certain scenario happened, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna write a book. And it was time for that.
Hmm.
The guy down there, I was telling you, Leonard Bernard, the author of this children's book, I said,
Yeah.
he just had this download of making a children's book,
Mhm.
and he did it. And McGraw-Hill, big publishing company, picked it up. He came from nothing, and they paid him $25 million
Damn.
for one children's book that went around the world.
My lord.
And so I gave him my book, and I was struggling at that time to sell
Mhm.
it. And then organically. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'm going to do some paid ads, suckers. I'll get it in front of you one way or another. And that kind of started working. And then that was a whole journey in itself. It started working. But and then I went down and saw him not too long ago at the beach after diving. And I was like, That thing that you told me, like he's like, I'm like, it's hard organically to get this going. He's like, it's not time for that right now, maybe, Preston. Just let it simmer. Like put it off and put your focus somewhere else. And all I needed was someone to tell me that. I'm
Hmm.
like, yes, sir. And I did. Circle back a year later from not seeing him. I see him. I was like, I did what you told me. I was putting so much focus into getting that book going. I was like, man, if I can get this out, this thing would be great to have this thing thriving. Shifted focus to other things, came back, and just understanding that it's just not, maybe it's just not time for that,
Hmm.
you know? Or when that vision comes through, that idea to go and do that thing. I have so many people that come to me with great business ideas. Oh, I do this. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Well, yeah. But, and then I circle back with them along, 6 months, year, 2 years later. Where'd you get with that?
Mm.
1 out of 10 may ever,
Yeah.
even less than that, 0.5 will
Yeah.
ever execute on it because it's hard.
Hmm.
There's barriers of going and doing those things, but it's just once it gets hard to not back up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, keep going. It's all gonna be tough.
Hmm.
You know. All right. Now, when you picture yourself 6 months or a year from now, what kind of man do you see yourself becoming as you keep reinforcing these new neurological and emotional patterns?
I would say probably like 6 months to a year. I could see myself because I would, let's, all right. I would say I would be a more honest man. Um, I mean, I guess I've always been hardworking, so I want to keep doing that, moving forward, progressing. And I want to start helping other people that like I think it would be really cool to like help younger addicts, alcoholics
Mm,
try to figure it out because it can be scary,
yeah.
especially being so young. Um, I could 100% see myself doing that,
Mm,
trying to help people, and maybe in more ways than one. Maybe just being an ear to try to listen, maybe even be a sponsor
mm-hmm.
for someone. Um, but even then, like I said earlier, there's so many different doors that it can open, that I'm staying open to pretty much anything.
So how do you approach that with the unknown then? Like, eventually you gotta choose something because you can
Hmm.
be excited about multiple things,
Yeah.
but eventually you got to choose something. How are you going to go about choosing a direction? How do you go about?
I would I'd pick the one that I feel most in tune with.
Mm,
Like the one that I think one will give like make me feel the most purpose, like and then two, like something that I can grow in,
yeah,
something that I'll be able to like see through and maybe even make better. Um, I think I would figure it out that way.
yeah, I like that. What you're most like, yeah, what pulls you the most out of those?
Yeah.
Start with that one. Yeah, that's awesome. Gosh, there's 6 months a year from now to do the same thing. So where did that go? Preston actually owned that house on the cliffside.
Oh,
I
it's
wrote
mine
a I
now.
wrote a children's book. No. All right, last question here. What does sobriety mean to you today? And not as an idea, but as an actual lived experience that you're building one choice at a time.
To me, sobriety is it's a second chance. It's a second chance to right my wrongs, like make amends to the people that I hurt, but also to like actually put one step in front of the other, like just do it.
Mm,
Don't think about it too much. Um, you'll be a stronger person for it. I know I am. I definitely am. I just I just know that it'll be good.
yeah. You just know what's going to be good. Life or your recovery?
Life, yeah, there'll be ups and downs, of course, but I think being able to pick up that phone, get here, and follow through with the full program, I can do anything.
Mm,
If I put my mind to it and really dig in, I
mm,
can do it.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking to the point of, you know, the extent of where your drinking went,
Hmm.
for the fact that you'd be able to survive that,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of time like that 7 month period you were telling me about of
Hmm.
solely that's your nutrition. You're just drinking
Yeah. Yeah. I replaced all my meals with drinking.
for days.
Months.
No,
Mhm. Yeah, like 7 months
you would have
straight.
no crackers. Maybe some little drunk crackers.
No, and even when I did eat, my body would reject it. I'd throw it up.
So you would for like a month at a time fully be able to just drink,
Yeah,
and you
wake
would live.
up, drink before work, drink at work, drink after work while driving home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, I did 2 detoxes, and they lasted maybe 3 days each.
Yeah.
Right back to it.
Wow. So the fact that you feel like you got lucky, you feel like there was ever get to a point to where they got bad, like you got lucky to be here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, my body was shutting down.
Mm,
I was losing a ton of weight, had no energy. I mean, my liver enzymes, like I told you before, were super elevated.
mm,
I had yellowing in my eyes. It was bad. My hair was falling out.
mm.
It was not good. So yeah, I definitely got lucky. And it only took me years and a few detoxes to fully realize that like what I was doing was killing me.
Yeah. Do you feel that's like does this feel good to wear for we are always one day at a time, but like you can kind of get a pulse of like do you feel sobriety is what you should be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've never felt better mentally and physically since getting sober because I drank for such a long time that
Mm,
like that's what I knew. That's all I knew. And now I can't ever imagine going back because I've gained a lot of weight back.
mm,
I'm actually active. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating healthy. I'm able to keep it down.
mm.
It's insane just like how, I mean, 2 months isn't that long, but like how much you can realize in 2 months about yourself and like where you want to go.
Yeah. I know a short amount of time, but in reality, like it's also big because this is the longest you've had in a long time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
What, 8 years?
yeah, I mean that's big because like you only, I mean, know a version
Hmm.
like met. Yeah, this is a new version you've met.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm figuring out as I
Isn't
go.
that wild? It's like, hey, Will, you're in there the whole time.
Yeah.
Kind of new, you know what I mean? Like I know, but so all this was inspired. You think by your mom? I
I
think
think,
she
yeah, a
inspired
big
this.
part was my mom. Because I saw her battle through it for years, and she fought tooth and nail through the entire thing. And yeah, she kept doing it, but she eventually got to a place where she was like, I'm ready to get help.
Yeah,
And she was there. She didn't push it on me. She was just like, if that's something you want to do, if you're ready for that, then go.
heck yeah.
Don't think about anything else besides you. Get help, do it for yourself.
Mm,
So yeah, that, and then obviously also the health aspect. I didn't want to die. I wasn't ready.
yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have had a snorkel bud, man. What the
No, I know.
heck? So, all right, last one. If anyone out there is struggling, what would you say to them?
I would say that it's okay to be scared. It's okay to not know what it looks like, what being sober looks like, but just pick up that phone or go to that place and just get it started. Do
Mm,
it for you. And I promise that if you stick to it, like if you stick to it and really hone in on what they're teaching you, then you will do good.
mm,
Don't focus on anything else outside of you when you're in this place.
mm. Or any place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, would you say that you want to eventually, like, sponsor, mentor someone?
Yeah, I definitely want to eventually because I think,
That's the magic. You got to get to
yeah,
that point.
it really is. I mean, I have my sponsor myself, and just like being able to go to someone when you're in a new environment and like refiguring out who you are is really nice to help have someone guide you or
Mm.
like at least help. And you learn a lot from them. I mean, you hear their mistakes and maybe you guys are able to share back and forth and you just learn from each other like what you don't want to do and like things that you can do to not like fall down that path
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, I feel like it's the part like someone relapsed, a guy close to me, and he didn't. His sponsor's like, dude, you never got to the point of sponsoring anyone. You missed the best part,
Hmm.
you know? And I feel like that with anyone, like in any position. It could be career, sports, recovery. If you're just winging it yourself and not asking questions and knowingly you don't know and you're not there,
Hmm.
but you can ask the right question to the right person who's walked the path that you want to go and is where you want to be. It'd be crazy to not ask questions and not want that next to you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I listened to this video of this guy. He interviews people like successful guys or
Hmm.
people, women, whatever. And he's like, interviewed him, what he did to become successful, everything, mindset, etc. And he's like, can I, after this video, can I meet with you for coffee? And would you be able to like, educate me on some things? He's like, absolutely. He's like, I will definitely do that because the amount of people that don't have the balls to come and ask
Yeah.
someone and say, I don't know, or can you help me? He's like, I would absolutely do it. And he's like, you'd be shocked with the amount of people that never do with me. And
Yeah.
I would spit game to them that they would never learn in school or whatever it may be, you know? And I think that's the thing with recovery too. It's like, I've never done this before or I'm new at this. Can you show me?
Yeah.
And then the amount of people that are like, hell yeah, that's the biggest part. There's so many people that just want to give knowledge and help. And I mean, if anyone asked you, I guarantee you'd be like, yeah,
Yo, absolutely.
yeah.
I
People are
just
afraid
say
to ask.
yes. Yeah.
They're just afraid to ask though. Why?
Maybe it's the fear of being rejected. Like not maybe they're like
Hmm.
maybe they want help, but they don't want to be told no or be pushed away. Maybe they
Mm.
have trauma where that's happened. So they're too scared to actually ask for help or ask or to say yes.
That is very true. I've had that happen. I'm like, why are these people? Why would he not? I know he doesn't know what the heck he's
Hmm.
doing. And I was talking to my girl about that with someone. And I'm like, I don't know why this is not because I don't push it.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I'm here. Whatever. Someone asks, I'll get you up on game on some things. But some folks, I'm like, that's really interesting. And yeah, your answer could definitely be it. Maybe thinking that like, nah, he wouldn't do that.
Yeah. It's like he's not gonna help me.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, thank you for doing this and coming snorkeling and
Of course. Anytime,
yeah,
honestly, because the water's looking pretty nice
that
right
up
now.
for real. Yeah, man, it was a pleasure meeting you and getting to connect with you. You're special, brother. Thank
Thanks.
you.
Of course.
Hell yeah.